Alright, today we're going to make a repair to an actuator in a 2003 Toyota Sequoia. Brianna here is going to hit the lock and unlock button. Go ahead, Bri. As you can see, the actuator is not moving the locking mechanism back or forth, and which is a really good indication that the actuator is no longer functioning. So we're gonna show you how step by step to fix this process, and you'll need a few tools. First thing you're gonna want to do is order a replacement actuator. The tools that you'll need as a result of that to do this job is a socket wrench. You'll need some torque sockets. You'll need a flathead screwdriver and a Phillips head screwdriver. First thing you want to do is on the side here of your car, you'll see these two little pins. Brianna, if you'll pass me the Phillips head screwdriver, the small one. Here, why don't you come here and do that? Go ahead and pop those out real quick, show them how to do that. Just like that, it pops right out. Okay, do the next one. Okay, then we come over to here. We need to take out that screw there. Other way. Lefty loosey, lefty loosey.
It's hard with a tiny screwdriver.
There you go. Small and mighty. All right, spin that thing out of there. Okay, capture the nut with a little screw. Okay, when you're done with that, you take and you pull this lever back, and then this slides for, you want to slide it toward the back of the car. At the same time, what you might need to do is take, before you pull it off, Bree, just to tell everybody, the audience at home, you may take a little screwdriver and put it in here, flathead, and just give it just a little bit of lift, and that'll help that come out. But just to point out to you here on the back side of this, you can see that, there you go, exactly, it goes in there. And so when you put it back in, you'll be pushing it forward, and then you'll be engaging it, and then you'll be able to push it in. All right, then we go to the next spot that we need to remove. So Brianna, you're gonna need a flathead to pop that off real quick. There you go. And you'll need a long Phillips head screwdriver. Go ahead. Now you want to be careful when that screw comes out, because it has a tendency, it can go down in the door panel, but since we're taking the door panel off, we should be able to recover it pretty easily without any problem. If you got small fingers like Bree does, you're able to easily get your fingers in there and remove the long screw. You may need to turn it a little bit more unless it's all the way out. Is it out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there you go. There we go.
And the screw.
There's the screw. Okay, we'll put that all in one spot, so we're keeping everything in one spot. So now what happens, you got all these little tabs. You just got to give them a little pull, and then what you do is you lift on, starting in the back. You lift up, and it's going to come off of the actual door, as you can see, lift it up, give it a little bit of a wiggle. Now there's wires connected here, so don't pull the door away quite yet. As you can see, you've got some wires. So just set the edge of the door right in here, and then come down, and you're going to want to disconnect your window and lock. Just push to press, pull that guy out. Come over here, you got a little courtesy light. Just come over here, give him a little pull, same thing. So now we're all disconnected in that regard, and we're ready for the next step. So the next step, there's this plastic vapor barrier. Pull this back to about there, that's good. So now what we need to do is we got to remove, this whole assembly will come out, but we're going to remove this screw, and we're going to remove this screw. These should be 10mm bolts. Yep. Brianna, if you want to go ahead and put that guy on there. Go ahead and remove those two. That's tightening. That's tightening. Lefty loosey. Switch it. There you go. Go ahead and spin that quick. Just go like this. All right, that guy's out. Okay, go to the next one.
Dad, where's the bend?
That's just how it's made. Not that one. We're going to go to this one, which is holding on to the plastic flange here. All right. That's obviously a different type. That's a screw versus a bolt. So you want to make sure that you put it back together correctly. Here, go ahead and put that guy in there. All right, now switch over to the Torx head nut. This is the number 30, T30. This may take a little bit of brute force. Oh, good job, Bree. All right, I'll do that while you do the other ones by hand, since you got that one all loosened up. There you go. You're going to town on that. All right, let Dad get that one. Go ahead. All right, very good. Go ahead and undo it with your hand. Hand me the bolt. Okay. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to take this, we'll push back toward the edge of the door. Comes off. Just follow it. You've got a little spot in here. Looks like this actually came undone. This little plastic guide, this was up in here, but it's out. Just pop that loose. Pop the other one loose. Okay. Now this whole assembly should come out, and it is loose. There's a little tab. There we go. That little tab. If you didn't see it, that one went in, and then you got this one here. So now just that's fine. It's a bit of a moving around type of deal.
Don't worry, it'll eventually come out.
Yeah, you just gotta play with it a little bit. So now we've got it out. So right down here, here's the actuator that's going to be replaced. You can see that it's wired. It's got a connection in here, and with popping a screwdriver in there, you can get this thing disconnected. So we disconnected this. Actually, it's kind of funny. You have to actually move this tab, pull it back this direction toward you, and then you'll feel it actually release. And so if you can look down in the end of this thing just to understand the dynamics, if you push it, the tab goes up, so that will release that. So, all right, guide us through the next step.
Okay, first you take out this screw, and then You flip it over, and you take out this screw. And once you've taken this two screws out, the plastic will come off. That. And then you take out these two screws.
Let's flip it over. Okay, there's the cable. So what we'll do here in this case, we're going to disconnect this right here. So perfect. So now pull that wire out. Okay.
Flip it back over.
Make sure you put the actuator there. See the drive right there? See that? That's got to go back in there. Okay. Back the way that we put.
It's lined up.
Okay, it looks good. So go ahead and put the screws in where they need to go. Okay. All
And
right.
you flip it back over.
Okay.
And then you stick this back in.
Very good. Okay.
And then you put this back on.
Okay, put them in. Maybe try this screwdriver, see if that one.
And then put this one in.
That this thing works. So we're going to give it a test. All fingers clear?
Yep.
Works very good. So now that you've got that done, the next step is to take and put this back in here. And as you can see, that lines up and goes right into that notch that's over there. And then it'll be bolted back into the side of the door. So now that we've got the harness back in place with that loop that I showed you earlier, Brianna's going ahead and just kind of hand tightening the screws here just to get everything lined up. Once everything's hand tightened, then she's going to go ahead and tighten it up really tight, and then we'll put the rest of the assembly back together and we'll give it a final test. Okay, the last step here, now that everything's in, is to reconnect the courtesy light. Pull the door up a little bit to the locks and window. Then you gently, you gotta get that over the edge right there. There we go.
And then
now that you've got your panel on, the idea is you want to take and go along the spots where those clips are and hit it all the way around. All right, everything's on. And then just go ahead and you pop in the little tabs here. They're color coordinated here with the door. And once you do that, you put in your screw here for the door handle. And then you slide this guy in as we had talked about. Pull the handle back, pull it forward, and then push it back.
hope that this helped you, and I hope to bring you more videos in the future. Thanks for watching.